just caught me while I was trying to grab some things, so I figured why not knock it out.
Well, what's the mindset, coming off of a game like you guys had, emotional, you just faced Seattle too? I mean, what as a leader do you have to kind of stress to your teammates this week?
Yeah, I think that's the hardest thing about this league is like you go through such high emotions, and last week beating Philly, and then literally 2 days later you have to completely wash it and focus on to the next game. So we know what happened the last time we beat an NFC East team pretty good, and we obviously are aware of that. We have a tough opponent in Seattle. We know what they bring every single time we play them. The score obviously was what it was last game when we played them on Thanksgiving, but it's always a tight game all the way through, and then what happened, but it's always tight throughout those beginning parts of the game. And so, they're going to get some guys back who were not healthy the last time around, and we have to make sure we're dialed in, focused today. Philly's gone and it's done and over with. We're not talking about Philly from here on out, and we're on to Seattle.
Hey, you brought that up about, I see them mentioning the Cowboys game and what happened after. Is that a message between the coaches or between you guys as far as not let that happen again?
Yeah, I think it's just understood, honestly. I think it's pretty simple. You either learn from your past mistakes or you're going to let history repeat itself. So we're on to Seattle. We're excited about the matchup. It's at home, so I'm really excited about it.
Kyle was asked about a team that you see so much, and he was asked if it's easier to prepare for them or harder because you know each other so well. How do you kind of characterize a team that you see so many times?
It's almost harder, honestly. I think the fact that they are very similar to what we do, and you're not sure if they're going to make adjustments off of what happened last game, if they're looking at things thinking, no, we were right there, we're going to continue to do what we do. You're not exactly sure how they're going to come out and attack you. So, like I said, they got guys who are coming back off of injury, who are going to be healthy, ready to go. They had 10 days of rest, so they're going to be feeling, hyped up, ready to go.
Heard the other day, Nick was saying so as confident as he's been in the offense for you guys since he's been here. Not to put down the previous offense, of course, but just the level they're playing at right now. What does that do for a defense in terms of knowing what you might be getting on the other side of the scoreboard every week?
I mean, it gives us so much confidence every time we go out there, knowing that as long as we get a stop or we can hold a team to 3, that our offense is liable to go out and score 6 really quick and in a hurry with how explosive playmakers we got. Obviously, Purdy playing at the level that he is, a great offensive line, so it just gives us a whole lot of confidence.
Obviously, a lot of attention on Greenlaw with what happened on Sunday, but what was described as being forced on defense? What does that mean, and how important is that kind of physicality?
So important, and I talk about it all the time, man. I love playing alongside of him because I know exactly what he's going to bring every time he's out there. I think Bosa said it perfectly, an enforcer, a tone setter out there, delivering those hits and flying through the football every single play, and you need that. So obviously when we lost him in that game, it was a big time in the game to lose him. So we had to stand up, and we did what we needed to do. Warren came in and played huge minutes for us and made some big plays. So happy to obviously have that player in this game.
You talked about it. The 50-yard penalties are not great. I mean, do you ever want him to think about that part, or are you at some point he's kind of accepted it?
I mean, you for sure don't want the penalties, and we talk about it all the time. I mean, Kyle does a great job of illustrating things to us through the tape. You want to toe the line as close as you can without getting a penalty. If you get a penalty, you're wrong. If you don't get the penalty, then you're doing a great job. So Dre knows that we got to obviously be smart. You guys are looking to rile them up out there, and I think for the most part, does a great job.
Jair got thrown into the fire here a little bit, obviously. As a rookie going into a situation like Philadelphia, understanding the circumstances with this team and the goals that you guys have, and the importance of the position of safety, how have you seen him play so far? What's your evaluation of him, and what's your takeaway on his season?
Yeah, I think as soon as he came in to the team, I felt like he was very mature for his age, even being a rookie. Everybody kind of called him like the young vet. Even though he hadn't really been on the field much, aside from special teams, he kind of had that presence about him since the day he got here. And you could tell it's meant a lot to him, and he takes it serious. And so ever since he got that opportunity, he's kept his head in that playbook and that iPad, constantly watching film, constantly watching tape, out there making checks, making calls. And even if he's wrong, I'd rather a young guy out there barking calls than having to tell him to speak up. And so he's doing those little things right. And I'm really proud of him, man. He's going to continue to get better and
Fred, fourth straight year Armstead's been nominated for Walter Payton Man of the Year award. I know you said before you're inspired by the work he does. How impressive are his contributions?
Yeah, extremely impressive, and year after year continues to be nominated for his work. And it speaks to how great he's been in the community, in his community back at SAC and out here in the Bay Area. He's such an inspiration to all of his teammates, especially myself. Sit here and talk all day about him, but the fact that he's able to play at such a high level on the field and do that off the field is amazing.
Saw a social media meme over the last few days where somebody had Greenlaw's jersey and they put Draymond Green's face on it. What do you think about that comparison?
That's pretty funny. Hey, I mean, Draymond is, I haven't followed his career too closely, but I know obviously he's one of the greats to ever play the game. So, to be in that, I don't know, I guess comparison is pretty.
The whole enforcer thing, though.
I think it's great. Yeah.
Fred, today at practice, I mean, you're one of the tone setters on this team. Is there a certain energy level that you want to see or demand to see from your teammates in a letdown situation like this when the practice week begins today?
Yeah, I mean, there's always. I feel like I really haven't had to really bring that out of anybody these last few weeks, especially coming off the bye. I mean, we've come out and we've had great energy every single day of practice. We got the right leadership in this team, and the young guys stepping up and being playing critical roles on the team as well. I don't really feel like I'm gonna have to drag anybody through the practice today. I feel like we're all gonna come out and we understand the importance of this week.
Good luck Sunday.
Thanks.